Triple H has had a very mixed week. He's been spewing utter garbage on WWE Unreal. And then on the flip side, he's been living it up in the White House. So how does he wrap it up as we approach the weekend? Well, he's finally speaks some more about Vincent Kennedy Mcmahon. Welcome back to Fog Wrestling. He was on some wee Diddy podcast or some wee, I don't even know what it was. Let me actually get it up. So he was speaking to the sports agents. I have no idea what that is. Now, it was a report. It was reported by the Wall Street Journal all the way back in 2024 about Janelle Grant, Vince McMahon, John Laurinaitis. I don't want to bore you with all that. We've went through it a million times. If you really want to hear us speak about that, folks, there's about 2,000 videos on the channel dedicated to it. But Triple H was speaking to the sports agents, and he was asked about how WWE is dealing with the situation. And that's what he had to say. And I quote, "All we can do is move forward. For us as a company, creatively, all we can do is move forward. Allegations are allegations, right? It's a complicated relationship for anybody in life. Nobody is perfect, but accusations are made, and that's a whole legal thing that is totally separate and aside from what we do. My job is to put on the best creative product that WWE can produce, and luckily and happily, it's been successful. It's been working wonderfully. Business is an incredible place right now and continuing to grow, especially with our partners at Netflix, NBC, CW, and everyone else in between. It's a wonderful time in our business, and fans are enjoying it, so we're heading in a good direction." End of quote. So Vince McMahon, Triple H, speaking about these allegations here, and all Triple H has really got to say is here. I'll wait till the court case is closed, kind of thing. But I think he said something pretty interesting here. He said allegations are allegations, right? Now that could mean a whole lot of things. He could say, well, allegations are allegations, as in we all know what they are. We know the situations we get ourselves into when these things come alight. We're not really allowed to speak about it because that's what happens in the real world, and this is the real world now. He's talking about the real world. When allegations come forward, whether it's sport, entertainment world, or whatever, music, they never really get addressed until it's over, kind of thing. But you could also read at it and say, well, allegations are allegations, right? Is that Triple H implying that, well, they're just allegations and they're not factual, they're not true? I mean, you could look at it a million ways. He says nobody is perfect. I've seen a few people have jumped on that line and said, oh, nobody is perfect. Yeah, nobody is perfect, but not everybody shits on trafficked women, and then I just don't understand it, man. Honestly, it was consensual. That is the bottom line here. This whole nobody is perfect. No, the reality is nobody is perfect, and some people are worse than others, a lot worse than others, and some people are better than others. That is what makes the world go fucking round. But with Vince McMahon, he's getting his name dragged through the mud, and nothing is ever going to prove him guilty. Because guess what? He's not guilty. He's innocent, and it's just Janelle Grant trying to get money out of this guy after the money dried up because Linda found out about it. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. She was happy enough to be with McMahon when the money was there. As soon as that money dried up, oh, I've been trafficked. Load of garbage. Nothing. That's it, man. She's absolute garbage. Triple H. I'd like Triple H to go the full 9 yards and completely defend Vince McMahon to be above and beyond. But am I surprised that he's not? No, I'm not surprised. I mean, he just talks about, well, my job's to do this and produce some good television, and it's growing, and here we've got some great partners at Netflix, NBC, CW, and everyone in between. The cookie cutter pish, Triple H, who gives two monkey shits what you're doing at CW or NBC or Netflix? This is your time and opportunity to defend Vince McMahon. But like I said earlier, with these situations, they never actually fully address them head on. They're never going to get fully addressed head on, because another thing with the problem, they take years. See, by the time Triple H can talk about this, right, which could be years from now, it's just not very relevant. You know what I mean? Like, I think a lot of us would truly have loved like an investigation into like what happened with the Chris Benoit massacre, right? The Benoit family massacre. But the reality is, let's say No, there was a full open investigation, and WWE were very open about it, and it got spoke about. Right? It's like that McMahon documentary they released, and they spoke about it a bit in that. It's just not very relevant decades later. See if it came out, you know, end of 2008, just a year on, then yeah. But see, by the time Triple H is going to be able to like properly comment on this without fucking shite in his pants, it's just not going to be very relevant. And with that, Triple H, what's there to say? To me, he should have defended McMahon at, was it, was it Survivor Series? No, I don't think it was. I think it was the Rumble. I think it was the 2024 Rumble. Him and Cody Rhodes in that press conference threw McMahon under the bus, and I wasn't a fan of it.